Welcome to episode 55.
I put 54. I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I actually have no idea what episode we're on.
Episode 55.
Okay. Sounds right.
55.
Sounds
Hello. Welcome
If
to
it's
episode
not
55.
whatever.
Again, fucking 3 weeks in a row. You'd think I'd look it up. Welcome to the show.
It's only a week apart, though. You'd think we'd
know.
remember.
No, we're fucking stupid. For those watching or listening and wondering what the noise is, we are up north at a cottage.
Fuck yeah.
Having a good time.
Yeah. Beautiful lake.
Recommend
you guys can
watching
see the view.
Recommend watching this one. It's a beautiful view.
Yeah. Well, I guess not everybody can see it if they're only listening, right?
We will be reviewing Gibson 8-year, which we've talked ad nauseum on this podcast about.
Yeah, but we've also reviewed it, but we did it prior
Old
to
review.
Yeah, prior to this new system where we actually have criteria.
Criteria is actually a very good word to put.
Shit.
Yeah. Fuck. I guess
Shall we just
let's just dive right into it.
Yeah, let's fucking do this.
I'm not scared.
I've been so excited to do this, and
Here, you crack the bottle. You do the ASMR.
Why yours is already fucking
All right.
set up. Yeah, no, I've been looking forward to that. Yeah, sorry. Oh,
Sound crisp?
always.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one because the last time I had it, I'm hyping it up for myself, so I really hope it doesn't let me down.
Neither of us have to drive either.
Yeah, so we can drink the entire bottle if we wish this week.
I think I might. I'm not scared. Are you scared?
I think we drank a bottle last night, just about.
Yeah. Big ups to the fucking cottage owner who doesn't drink any
Irish whiskey.
any Irish whiskey. So this is my father's cottage, and he's Irish. So people buy him Irish whiskey fucking constantly. I was telling you this, but I just figured I'd let people know. People buy him Irish whiskeys, Irish creams. He doesn't drink any straight liquor at all.
Nah, he's a Canadian
He
boy.
drinks
Just
Molson Canadian and like red Napa Valley wine. Like if it's not a California Cab,
get it out of his
he
face.
won't drink. And I'm like, there's way better wines than California Cab. Not worth drinking.
Not worth
Like, you're a
drinking.
fucking idiot.
Gotta love him though. Hey, he knows what he likes.
So we cracked into some of the finer stuff last night. I don't know what the fuck Redbreast is. I've never heard of it in my life.
Never
but it's
heard of it.
fantastic.
I've
and
never
that is
seen it.
Irish whiskey.
Yeah,
Might be the
was-
best Irish whiskey I've ever had.
I don't know. I would like to know like where it came from. Like, did somebody buy it here, or did somebody bring it back for him,
It's worth a GOO.
or did it come from the States, or even out of province? Because like Alberta, like we talked about the other weekend. Yo, bro. Oh my Jesus! That
I'm glad that's on camera.
He almost flew up my shorts.
No way.
Yeah.
No, you got me nervous.
All their liquor stores are like privately owned. It's not government run.
Mm-mm.
So they can bring in whatever they see fit. Where here in Ontario,
It's a racket.
It's what they want to bring in and who's going to pay us the most to have their product on the shelf.
Exactly.
So
I was so we're onto the Canadian whiskey today. You dive right in?
no,
Just
I
take a
didn't
little
say.
sip?
No,
Is that
I
a little
just
sniff?
sniff. Yeah.
This is Gibson. Gibson makes this bottle. It's their bold 8-year. I think generally, if you're going to grab a bottle of Gibson's off the shelf, is their 12-year is sort of their standard. Would you agree?
It was the one they had the most of, the Sterling
Yeah, the
12 year.
12
Yeah,
year.
because you could get like a 40 of it.
half as light as this color wise. Would you say?
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah,
like
it's
this is
pretty
dark.
light. Yeah,
I'm just going to do a little read back on the
for sure.
those wondering. Tastefully age. We stay true to the time-honored method of making whiskey the right way. We age it longer for better taste. Gibson's Finest Bold is a smooth, full-body whiskey. It dares to be different. Tastefully aged for 8 years and 92 proof, which by my math puts that at like 46%. Yep. 92 proof Gibson's Finest Bold delivers Canada's boldest rye and cola. We know you'll enjoy the difference. Well, I'm not drinking this with cola because I have a pair of testicles.
Yeah, same.
And it says bold, so just be fucking bold and
Yeah,
drink it
just
straight
be
up.
bold. Cheers, man. That's pretty good. Thoughts?
Hot.
Yeah, that is a warm.
Yeah, it's good though.
Yeah, it has lived up to the hype that I put in my own head.
Okay, so what were we drinking last week that was really hot?
Was it Old Grandad? No, wasn't Old Grandad. Shit.
No, Old Grandad is what I'm thinking of.
No.
Last week was Sailor Jerry's.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, oh yeah, Sailor Jerry's sat.
Yeah.
This has that same sort of.
It's there.
It's like
it hasn't gone yet.
No.
No, it's still there.
Sitting right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, mine's closer to the back of my mouth.
Yeah.
Like back of the throat. Like if you were to penetrate it with a penis,
very
where it would
thick,
touch,
veiny penis.
Where it would touch is where it's still burning.
It would burn the end of your dick.
Yeah. I'm a fan. Okay. I did bring up bottle design, I think last week, or no, it was with Old Grandad, so 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They didn't do a whole lot to the bottle, but it's got some character.
Yeah.
It's got some lines. It's got an engraved, like a, I don't know, what would you call that thing? The little disc on top. It's not an engraving. It's not.
It's hard to say. It's like raised lettering. I don't know.
Anyways, it's
like stamped.
subtle. It's subtle. It's not outrageous, but just do a little bit. Stop putting it in just a plain wine bottle.
I agree.
And bottle it.
I was looking at that Roe & Co., which is an Irish whiskey, which I do want to try on the podcast because I've never had it. You tried it last night.
I tried it last night and I like the other stuff better.
What's that?
I like the red breast better.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't, but it's got a nice bottle.
Yeah,
it's a really nice like rounded bottle. It's skinnier than this one.
Yeah.
Love the shades. By the way,
thank you. I'm a baseball player.
Yeah,
from the 90s.
From the 90s.
Yeah,
you're a robot baseball player.
Yeah.
The Roe & Co. is a blend of Irish whiskeys, which I'm always so confused about. And it's like what is the market? Is the market like we're just going to put a fancy bottle and slap a nice name on it and hopefully someone just grabs it off the shelf?
Yeah.
As like a gift for someone? Like who purposely will go out and drink a blend? Like I guess they can be better. I'm probably talking out of my ass right now.
I'm trying to think. I think we've only had 2 blends. One was it Grandad that was a blend or
I think so. No, it wasn't.
It was bonded.
It was only 3 years old.
I think so maybe we've only had 1 blend, and that would have been that Japanese whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it, from what I remember.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Which I do want to review.
I know you said that, and I'm not looking forward to that, but I think we should. We should at least give it the opportunity.
100%. Occasionally in this podcast, we may pause at times because there's people coming and going.
Yeah.
And
anybody want to pop on?
Anybody want to jump on? Say hello?
We might have a special guest.
We're going to get someone on.
Yeah, 100%.
No, not with the baby.
No.
Well, I'm sidetracked, so we might as well dive into the review.
Yeah. I kind of want to like pick up the reviews a little bit too. Just
sure.
Just get through them a little faster, I think.
All right.
Maybe.
Quit rushing me.
Oh, I kind of want to.
All right.
I'm going for my virgin. I'm gonna go 7.9. The afterburn kind of took me by surprise off my first sip. I did not think that was going to be as I don't want to say harsh, but it was harsher than I was expecting.
I'm actually a little bit higher than you.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting the burn, but it didn't. I mean, anytime you're drinking rye or whiskey, you should expect that it's going to pop a bit at the end.
Yeah. Just for how long it stayed, I guess. Like,
yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
I'm an 8.2.
Okay.
I like the flavor of it a lot more. It was a lot smoother than I remember.
Yep.
But it's about as good as I remember.
Yeah. So, I'm a big fan of the flavor. Smooth. It's smooth.
Fuck yeah.
Again, Gibson's one of those whiskeys. Yeah. Like you said, 1 week, it's a bottle you can have in the house, and no matter the occasion, it's a good whiskey to be like, you want some?
Yeah.
You know, like there are like that peaty one we had. Like that's to a certain person.
That's a demographic.
Yeah, right? Like you're not going to just hand that out to
No, that's a niche market.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
You're not going to have that one in the cupboard be like, oh, I got this. It's so good. Like, because not everybody's going to love it. I think anybody's going to like.
I just want to say that I like these chairs because I can actually swivel and look at you.
Well, I can't turn. I'm fucking locked in my corner.
You're wedged?
Yeah, I should have moved the fucking table.
Anyway, I like where I'm sitting.
What do you got next on the list? Because you write these down different every time.
It's actually in the perfect order.
Oh,
Virgin,
I did want to do smell,
flavor, smoothness, finish. But you can go any one that you want. Anyone that's jumping out your eye.
You get a lot of alcohol in there.
I'm a little stuffy today because I was drinking quite heavily last night.
Yeah, we got into the sauce. I wasn't expecting last night to go the way it was. I don't know why.
I'm really glad it did, though.
Yeah, it was a fucking good time. My smell, I think, is going to be a little lower than I think yours might be, but I'm going 7.4. I get a lot of alcohol. More than I'd wish. Like, for what it tastes like, I wish I got more of that when I smelt it.
7.4?
7.4.
Mine's higher than yours again.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's because my nose is... I don't think my nose has ever fully recovered from COVID, just as a disclaimer.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
You've always just kind of... the stuffiness is always...
No, I mean, like... Because I lost my taste and smell with COVID.
Okay, yeah.
So...
It hasn't fully come back yet?
See, this is what I'm confused about. Was my smell always really shitty and me losing it? And now that it came back, I'm like...
Damn.
My smell's like... 60% of what I thought it was, or was my smell always just shitty? Like, I broke my nose a couple times.
Yeah, that'll...
You know, like, I always feel like I perpetually have, like, a stuffy nose, but I think it's because of my fucking broken-ass nose.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not picking up much of that alcohol smell that you are.
Really, eh?
Yeah, I actually quite like it. I don't know.
I get it in the nostrils.
Because usually the alcohol smell kind of...
Nah, it's like I can smell...
It kind of burns a bit, right? When you smell it?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that.
Really?
Yeah,
eh?
I don't know. It's weird. That's why I'm quite a bit higher. I think I'm going to go 8.1.
8.1, okay.
Yeah, because I'm not picking up a heavy alcohol smell.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of like the nice flavors of the whiskey, which I'm really enjoying. Like, it just smells totally nice to me.
Yeah, see, I wish it smelled more like the way it tastes.
Got it.
I think...
see, for me, it smells like it tastes. But it's probably my stupid ass nose.
Could be. It could just be you.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's different.
I feel like I'm wrong. Definitely alcohol-y smell, but it's not. I don't find it overpowering enough to like take away from me.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Are you gonna join us?
Yeah, you gonna hop on the pod?
Just take your bra off and come sit in front of the camera.
That's how we'll get our views.
Let's crank this shit up.
My flavor is high though, because I do really, I love the taste of this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a little parched. My flavor is going to be 8.6.
It's good.
Yeah. I stand by that if I'm grabbing a bottle of Gibson's.
This is the one you're grabbing.
This is the one 93% of the time, this is the bottle I'm going to grab. Unless I know somebody's not in, like if I'm sharing the bottle or I've got somebody coming over and I know they don't like bold whiskey, I'll go with the 12 because the 12 is smooth, but it's not as
what is the price
harsh.
range of this bottle?
I don't know.
I'm sure you purchased it with a number of other drinks as well.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Like for what we bought, I thought I was going to be paying more.
Like in the $35 to $40 range.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe
like a standard bottle of
$45. Yeah,
whiskey, I should say, because there's sort of like tiers. Like I think like a standard bottle of vodka, like it's around $30.
Yeah,
I think if you're buying like a regular bottle of whiskey, it's like $35 to $40 is sort of a tier. So it's like on the lower tier price, but it's fucking delicious.
It's good. What are you saying for your flavor?
I'm fucking.
Are you higher than me?
Yeah, I think I am again. I'm going to go 8.9.
Wow.
I'm picking up a lot of really nice flavors. Again, I almost want to take a fucking class on how to identify
I've been thinking about
whiskey flavors because, like, obviously I like it. I was actually switched the last fucking sip around in my mouth. I'm like, There's nothing bad tasting in this whatsoever.
No.
Like one of like few that I can remember that like nothing about it bugged me. Don't know what the fucking flavors are. It's not a good description.
Yeah, I wish I could be like, oh, there's caramel and hickory.
Yeah,
and
it's not sweet. We should mention that because
no, it's not.
Most of the whiskeys we drink, well, I guess if they're bourbons, but even Jameson's I find is on the sweeter side. This is not sweet. It's not sweet, but it's like
it
wouldn't be good mixed in with like soda.
No.
Like I guess that's why they say rye and cola, you know?
I'm not a big fan of mixing drinks anyways nowadays.
Nor am I.
Unless it's like a specialty cocktail type shit.
Yeah.
Like Kelsey's does mint julep.
Do you work for Kelsey's? Because
it's the only place I've had
tires
this.
So hard.
The only place I've had this. And it's like a lemonade and it's made with Jack Daniel's honey and something else. I don't know what it is. And it's so refreshing and tasty. Like I could literally drink 8 of those in an hour, not be able to walk and be okay.
How do you feel about martinis?
I've had maybe 2.
Yeah.
Didn't love them.
Okay.
Now, I think one was homemade, like somebody made it for me.
Yeah.
Don't know if they did it correctly.
Well, martinis are kind of like cooking. Like there's a very specific recipe.
Yeah.
It's not like I'll add a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. Like you kind of got to be dialed in on the measurements.
Yeah. But I not my go-to, but I'm open to trying them again.
I wonder if like the martini. The reason I'm brought this up is because you were talking about Kelsey's, which is not a sponsor of the podcast, although you would think that based on how CJ.
But if you do eat there, on your talk to your waitress, be like, I'm here 2 C's in a pod, and they'll give you a discount.
And her prompt response will be,
What?
Shut up.
I like that week when you kept giving fucking ad rolls for every name drop.
I was dialed in on that week.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Who was that with? Was that with Eric?
I think it was with Eric.
Yeah.
It was Jack Daniels sponsored that podcast.
Oh, yeah. Also, Jack Daniels.
Yeah, also big ups to Jack Daniels because they are still a sponsor.
Yeah.
And if you flick over to their thing, punch in the promo code.
2 C's.
54% off your next 2 purchases. So, I mean, that's in the merchandise side, but they will offer free shipping on their liquor bottles with the promo code 2 C's.
Yeah. I think it's 10% off and free shipping.
Yeah.
If I do recall. But, okay, so what do we got left here? Smoothness and finish. I'll let you take the lead on the smoothness here.
All right. It's high.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to take a sip.
Yeah, do it. That burn is just, it's right here. It hasn't left. Like, I get it, Gibsons. I'm fucking drinking your whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smooth. I can do smoothness and finish. I'll just bang them out back to back. And then you can do your little spiel.
Yeah.
Because to me, they go hand in hand.
A little bit, definitely.
But this one I've compartmentalized a little bit. Smoothness is 9.1. Okay.
Yeah.
Because until that burn comes, which to me is more of a finish, is fucking.
I would agree with you because again, the burn doesn't come until it's down.
Well down.
Yeah.
Well past. And I took my time sipping on that one just to see like when it kicked in. It's got to be fucking. It's hitting your stomach before the burn even kicks in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my smoothness is 9.1. It's right up there with pretty much everything we fucking drink. 9.1. I would love to see my fucking scores because I'm sure 9.1% of the time.
Yeah.
It's 9.1 every time.
Yeah.
Finish is going to be lower.
Okay.
I don't like that fucking fact that it sits sort of in your Adam's apple.
Yeah, that's not a fan.
And
for as long as it does.
It hangs around a little bit too long in my books.
Yeah.
It doesn't pop up right away, which is nice. So I'm not going to like slaughter it. But it's... I wonder what that fucking burn is. Is that just the alcohol? Like, it is a higher proof, right? Like, it's 46%. We were drinking the old granddad.
Old Granddad.
Bourbon. And that had quite a similar burn, but that was 50%. So I'm
And it
wondering
also-
if it's
but it didn't
a higher
stick
proof.
around on OGD,
I guess you're right.
right? It did. I feel like
So
it didn't.
Jerry's probably stuck around more.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go 7.8.
Okay.
I don't like how it just sits and hangs. The reason it's not lower, and I still consider it fairly high for kind of what it is because you don't get any bad flavors. It finishes fucking strong, goes down, but then it almost feels like you get acid reflux.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like,
100%.
I'm good
I'm
with
not
that.
a fan of that.
I mean, I'm going to drink this whole fucking bottle in front of this camera,
Sure. As you should.
but I don't like the acid reflux feeling.
Yeah. So I'm right with you on the smoothness. I am gonna mimic you on that. It is a 9.1.
It probably sounds stupid. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
Um,
it's fine. I'm used to it.
I know. It probably sounds stupid to people listening. I'm just trying to quantify this. And I'll cut it over to you. How we can separate the smoothness from the finish. Well, if it burns and it sucks at the end, well, isn't that the same thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll kick that back over to you. It is separate.
Yeah. So, like, it's hard to explain. But if you drink whiskey or you drink hard liquor in general, I think eventually you'll be able to separate the two, just as me and you do.
Yeah.
Where there's a certain like burn when it's not smooth and it's tough to get down. I've had a couple whiskeys. I wish I could name them off the top of my head. I actually think they're scotches.
Think of Jose Cuervo.
You know what I mean? Dude, that makes me want to throw up.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because it burns the second it touches your tongue. It sucks the whole way.
Yeah, it's
right?
not fun. But yeah, there's a couple whiskeys and I find them hard to drink because as soon as you like swallow, it's just terrible and it sucks. So with the last, I guess, 3, it's like you can swallow it and it's like you're not drinking water, but it's like, am I drinking? But then there's this like afterburn. It's almost like an aftertaste, but it's a burn in the back of your throat.
Yeah. It's like you ate something shitty for breakfast.
Yeah, and it just sits there, and this just sits a little longer, and it's just too long for me. I'm lower than you on the finish.
Okay.
I do wish I got more flavors after. Like I wish
it could be more for desire.
Yeah, I wish it would hang around a little bit.
Yeah, because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, once it's down, it's down. Which again is
fine.
Yeah, that's actually. I'd say 60% of the time, that's fantastic.
Sure, yeah.
Because you don't always want to be like, oh shit, I still taste it. Like
you want to get on with your day.
Yeah, like that the Petey one we had on the 52nd episode for the 1 year anniversary.
That was brutal.
My entire drive home, it's like, oh, campfire. Oh, campfire.
Yeah.
Every time I swallowed it, I'm
it's like a coating.
Just stays there, and it stayed way too long. And I'm like, fuck, man, like that's not good.
No.
So I am going to be a little lower. I'm going 7.5 on the finish. And again, that I don't. It might be an alcohol burn, but it's late, and it just sticks around way too long for my liking.
What's your smoothness then?
Oh, I said I mimicked you.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I heard you say you were right there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's my bad.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna step away. Sorry, eh? I'm just gonna step away.
You don't need your phone. I have a calculator here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I was also going to grab water.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, but it's just right here anyway.
Sure,
so.
yeah. Just grab one. Can you grab me one while you're in there? Thank you, sir. I don't care. Whatever you're grabbing, I'm going to grab these things. Yeah, definitely.
Extra low budget production this week.
New studio, though. We're
still trying to find the right one. This one feels pretty nice.
I'm enjoying it.
Definitely be worse.
I'm enjoying it. I did forget. We almost weren't able to do the podcast.
Did you forget the stuff?
Well, Mac decided to, not our friend, the computer company decided to make all their laptops only USB-C. Well, guess what? No other tech company was just sending out like USB shit or USB-C stuff. It's all just regular USB. It's like, dude, like so now I have to buy fucking 7,000 adapters to plug in an HDMI cord, to plug in a regular USB, like our mic system here.
I see. So you almost forgot one of your 17 adapters.
Yeah, and good thing I buy like 17,000 of like the same one, so that when I do move shit from a bag, there's still one sitting in the bag. I don't always get rid of everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I always hide one in my bag somewhere so that it never leaves. And thank fuck I had one here. So the verdict is in for Chris. He is an 8-4. And I'm just going to calculate this if you want to ramble on for a second.
Ramble on. Sing my song. I guess just to fucking wrap up this bottle. Definitely, I don't think a non-beginner should not try this. I think it's as good as anything off the shelf. I just think it's different than things that are typically off the shelf as far as a Canadian whiskey or an Irish whiskey go. It is amazing the difference in taste in regions, because this doesn't taste anything like it'd be from fucking Scotland or Ireland. Does not taste like it's from the United States. This sort of has a distinct Canadian fucking flavor to it, and we might as well drink it since I'm wearing a Canada hat, we're sitting behind a Canada flag, and we're sitting at a cottage in Canada, which is a uniquely Canadian thing.
I was at the liquor store. Audrey was asking me, she's like, what are you going to drink? I'm like, I don't know. I'll get a bottle of whiskey and go from there. But I don't ask me what. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh, we've been bringing up Gibson's 8 and how we both really enjoyed it the last time we had it.
At least that we remembered.
Yeah. So it's like, let's actually go back and take it through our actual review system and go from there. You thirsty there, big man? Holy shit. Anyways.
I like to rapidly hydrate.
Yeah, I know. Verdict is in. I'm an 8-1. Chris is an 8-4. And that's Gibson 8-year bold for you guys.
I know you wrapped it up there just because you wanted to kill the
yeah, you can
YouTube
still
clip.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that yours is that low, to be honest.
8-1?
Yeah.
Yours was an 8-4. My smell was a 7-4 and yours was an 8-1. So
finish, yeah.
And I was a little lower than you on the finish. I was lower than you the entire time.
Basically what I mean by that is I kind of had figured that based on how much we like this bottle.
Yeah.
I actually thought that both scores would have been higher.
Same.
That's more what I'm referring to. But I guess the process of the fucking criteria, as you refer to it, the rubric, it kind of doesn't lie on that aspect. You know what I mean? I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to. You can't bump it up when. Like, it's a good bottle. It's a great bottle because of the price. But at the same time, like, now that we've drank, I don't know, 30 different bottles.
Probably.
There's so much other shit I'd probably pick. This will be a staple at the house, but
yeah,
I think there's a few others that also will get chosen before.
It's kind of funny. I guess it's like a nostalgia thing. It's like you think it's going to be higher.
Yeah.
And I still rate it higher than my review came out. But all in all, like, based on what the fuck it is, I guess it's a fair review. You know, this is not
100%.
This is not like top shelf fucking liquor.
No, this bottle is definitely not worth $100.
Fuck no. It's not terrible either.
No.
So,
like Wild Turkey for me, that's for me is a hands down.
How well can you hear that in the?
I don't think it might pick up a little bit while we're talking.
Okay, but it's very minor.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Sorry, people were wondering there's a fucking chainsaw or some shit going on.
Yeah, you know what though?
You're in the woods.
Out in the boonies. We're in cottage country. There's cottages right beside us. We're not the only ones here, and we're outside.
No, we're not. And we raged till pretty early in the morning.
Yeah.
Loud as fuck singing, so whatever.
Fuck, I love this. You know what? it's
what it's all about.
Yeah, honestly, it's so nice just to come out here and not have to worry about a fucking damn thing. Nobody's going anywhere. You can get fucking lit. You can chill all day. You don't have to have fucking drinks.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, if you want to get fucking white girl wasted, go ahead, because
no one's judging.
No one's judging, and we're all friends, and we're all going to take care of you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like,
yeah,
somebody's always got your back.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh, man.
I was this isn't like I'm not bringing this up to on a negative aspect. I am just purely curious. This is for those wondering when we're filming this. This is the 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Oh fuck.
What is your recollection of that day? Because we were quite young.
Oh shit.
And I'm not bringing it up as like, what's your recollection of like what's the last 20 years been? What's all these policies? I don't want to get into that.
But like the day.
But purely the day. I'm very curious as to
what happened
for you. Yeah.
So we were in school.
Yes.
It was a school day.
Yeah.
What? It happened early, didn't it?
The towers were down by like 9:30 a.m.
Yeah. So we had just gotten in school, and I remember either another teacher came to the classroom and told my teacher, or the phone, like the principal was like making calls or whatever, and called her. And I just remember she got super upset, and so she should have. But it's also, I don't know, what grade were we in? Like 3 or 4?
Well, we were 7 or 8 years old. I would have been 8. You would have been 8 as well.
So grade 3 or 4.
It was 2001, right?
I have no idea.
No, it was 2001.
Yeah.
So we're 93.
I just don't know what grade that.
I think maybe grade 2. Grade 2 or 3.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We'll say 2 or 3.
I think you're 5 or 6 when you go into 1. So then you're 6 or 7 and 2.
Yep.
It's maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. So, and I just remember she rolled in a TV, because at the time they had the carts with the fucking bubble TVs on it. I think she put on a movie,
and then that was it.
And then I think at one point they sat us down, like, well, we were all sitting down watching this movie or whatever, and she was like trying to do whatever she had to do, make family phone calls if she had to, like whatever. I think they said something happened, but they like super vague.
Yeah.
Like it was super vague. They didn't fucking tell us details or anything like that. It was like something catastrophic happened in the States. Today's gonna be like a low-key day or whatever. And I don't know what happened after that. That's literally all I remember.
It's funny because I'd like to ask someone that was in class. I mean, I guess the person down at the fucking dock would be a good person to start with, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
I don't remember our school addressing it at all. So my recollection only of this, and it's very faint, is my mom picking me up from daycare after school, saying something really bad happened today. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm 8.
Yeah, you're 8. You have
like no concept of what bad even is.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And then just like going home and the news was on, and then seeing it, and even still, I was kind of like, it didn't really faze me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't understand the ramifications of it.
Yeah, exactly. My parents, I think, had the news on, and so
everyone
they should have.
did, yeah.
But again, like you're so young, like you can't grasp the concept or like what's actually happening.
Yes.
And again, like I think for us being so young too, like, or at least for me, like looking at the TV, you kind of think it's all like fictional.
Yeah.
I never really took TV to be real.
I don't think I ever registered what the news was until that day.
Yeah.
That might be the most significant. Now that I'm just thinking about it, like, I don't think I even understood what the fuck was on TV ever as being like serious or real until that day.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I either watched cartoons or the Family Channel.
Sure, I was like, I watched Saved by the Bell before class on TBS.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like that was it.
Episode 1 started at 7. Next episode 7:30. Usually miss the ending because I'm out the door at 7:45. Kind of sucked.
That was a similar timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both we went to different schools in elementary, but you
I think
we
we were
both
both
lived
kind of
the
geographically
same
close
distance.
to our own schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was yeah, I don't remember it being addressed in class at all, and I don't know if it's just because it's a shitty memory, but I literally remember just like going about the day as if it was totally fucking normal, and then my mom telling me when she picked me up, and she like looked kind of like noticeably shook up.
Yeah.
I've always been meaning to ask my parents like
What it was like
for them, because I've talked to a lot of people like every time the anniversary rolls around, whatever, it's like everyone kind of like talks about like what they did that day. Like one of my work colleagues, whose family, he remembers he was working downtown. He's probably 15 years older than me. So he was like an apprentice downtown, and they were working in like a Young and Bloor area.
Yeah.
And by 9 o'clock, his foreman's like, we're getting we're out of here. Like, day's over. You know, like that sticks in your
Day
memory.
off.
Also, you're an adult. You understand what the world is. You understand the ramifications of this.
Mhm.
I was just curious what your memory was and if the school had addressed it at all. Was sort of my...
So...
And it's probably me just not having a good memory because I was 8.
Yeah.
But
I was talking to my aunt the other day on the phone, and she was bringing up stories like when I was super young. I'm like, to be honest, like I remember snippets.
yeah. It's like clips.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, sorry.
yeah. But I could be mixing like 2 days, so I don't know if I just remember like my teacher being like a TV rolled in. I don't know if she was like trying to put on the news. I don't think those TVs got the news.
I never watched TV once at school that was like live TV.
Yeah, so there was a movie
we
put
did not
on.
have that technology.
There was a movie put on because I don't know if my teacher had like family that lived down there.
Yep.
Maybe worked in the tower. I have no idea. That could have been the case, and that's why
she's like,
it was the way it was.
Movies going on, I got to make phone calls.
I got to do what I got to do, and so you should.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they talked to us that day or the day after.
Yeah.
So I could be getting a couple days mixed up, but I think there was an assembly or something.
Oh, I definitely remember lots of conversations after the fact.
Yeah, but nothing on the day.
I feel like the day was relatively mundane, and the reason that I think it was mundane is because the only thing that I remember is my mom telling me something.
Yeah.
And then going home and they were watching the news, and I was kind of like sitting on the stairs, like I didn't really like. Sounds fucked up, but I didn't. It's not fucked up. I was a child.
Yeah.
I was a child. I just didn't care or understand or
again,
care enough to care.
You know only this amount of like real life.
Yeah, you just know your little bubble.
Yeah, and it's so minuscule. What the fuck, man? Yo, fuck you, tree. God damn, I'm in a fucking firing zone. Yeah, you're so young, like you can't grasp the concept of certain things.
No.
And that being one of them. Like,
it's definitely one of them.
It's such a I don't even know how to explain it right now, but yeah, fucked. I was gonna ask you something too, and that threw me right off.
Sorry, I'm sure it'll circle back in your brain.
Yeah. Let's get on to something a little happier.
No, I was just I wasn't trying to bring it down. I just figured we should just
100%.
I didn't want to just ask
anniversary.
Like, 20 years.
Jesus.
Of like the day the earth stood still sort of thing.
Yeah. Literally. At least here.
What I do remember looking back on that is that no, I didn't even want to bring that up. It's like it's nothing. But yeah, go on. What were you gonna say?
Are you looking forward to hockey starting?
No.
Like at all?
No, man.
Really?
I've been saying this to you for a while.
Yeah.
And
I thought maybe things might have changed because we're coming up quick.
I'm actually ashamed of myself how little I care about this upcoming hockey season. As you know me, like I'm a fucking dyed-in-the-wool Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Yep.
And my excitement level for this year is probably the lowest it's been. And even in the years that we had shitty fucking teams, I was always like, oh, we signed this guy. I'd be interested to see him. And you always have that kind of false hope. I mean, we can squeak in like 8th, 7th seed. Let's just get to the playoffs, see what happens. I think we're a guaranteed playoff team, right? So I think I do. Yeah, we should be.
Should be, but I don't know. The way
the divisions are back now.
I want to talk about the playoffs this year for a second. Like, when you're done.
Yeah. The divisions are back to full. We're playing Boston. We're playing Tampa. We're playing each of them 6-7 times. But again, those are teams that, again, don't care about the regular season in the sense that they know that once the regular season ends, it's fucking business time. You know what I mean? Everything is just a means to an end. They don't care if they finish third. They don't care if they finish fourth. Get your ass in there, and they know that they can take care of business, or at least fucking get after it at that time. I'm not going to be one of these guys that's like, this team cannot get it done, because I do not believe that. But what I do know is that for the first time probably ever in my existence of being a hockey...
Sorry.
We're just going to pause for a second. And we're back. I'm not sure where we stopped.
You were talking about teams getting into the playoffs, a certain team getting into the playoffs.
Like certain teams get into the playoffs, and that's all business.
So
I don't like being this jaded about the fucking Leafs, because like I think you're born being jaded about the Leafs if you're a fan. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the history speaks for itself. We don't have to fucking keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
We know we haven't won fuck all in 55 years or whatever the fuck, how long it's been now.
Yeah.
We know that everyone loves to fucking rail on us. Whatever, right? Like that shit kind of is like...
Haters like, gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. But that's like part of being a Leafs fan.
Yeah.
So like that shit I don't get fazed by. The shit that's fucking me up is like my fucking contempt and disgust with this team. And I mean that in like the nicest way possible. It's like I do think that this team is going to win a Stanley Cup. And by this team, I don't mean the Toronto Maple Leafs franchise. I mean that like a good chunk of these players are going to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't know when. And it's fucking, the thing that bugs me is like, I care. Like, I would have liked to see Matthews score 50 goals in 55 games last year. He was really fucking close. The year before that got locked down with COVID, he was going to score 50. I think those personal accomplishments are good.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see like a defenseman get recognized as like one of the best things. Like maybe your player wins the Art Ross, but with Connor McDavid in the lead, it's not going to happen.
It also doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Well,
you can put up 60 goals
in a season, what I was just about to say.
But it doesn't fucking matter if when you hit the playoffs where
you flame out in round one.
Like you mentioned, and I never really thought about it in general with hockey, but all these smaller trophies like don't matter. You win the Vezina, cool.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No.
But you win the Stanley Cup, everybody fucking cares. It's like hockey only has one trophy, and it's the Stanley Cup.
The only time that these personal trophies matter is when a player is traded. Oh, they traded that goalie. He's a Vezina Trophy winner.
Yeah.
They traded that defenseman. He's a perpetual Norris Trophy candidate.
Yeah.
Known as one of the best. And it's sort of like those those words are more like used as like words like buzz you about a player, like where the media's punching shit up. It's an easy thing to talk about.
100%.
Right? Because unless you really win the Stanley Cup, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So
as a fan, nobody cares.
So the reason I'm so fucking not looking forward to this season is because this year, more than any, it just feels like it doesn't mean shit. And now I'm at a point where, because I was talking about the personal accomplishments, now I don't care about that. Like, yeah, I hope Matthews fucking breaks Wayne Gretzky's fucking personal goal scoring record.
Yeah, me too.
But I also hope he wins a fucking couple cups for the Leafs as well on the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to, like, the reason, maybe it's more being a Leaf fan that makes you, like, care about the personal accomplishments and, like, those sort of, like, milestones a little bit more because you have nothing else to look forward to.
I guess. I've never paid any attention to the smaller
maybe it's just
things.
me,
yeah.
But, like, I like to see, like when Tavares was here the first year, I think he scored 48 and Matthews scored 47. It would have been cool to see them both get 50 goals.
Yeah.
But for nothing other than it would have been cool to see them score 50 goals. You know, they still lost in the fucking first round of the playoffs. They still, like, they got thudded out. This year, it's a means to a fucking end.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to turn my body just in case that wind is whistling right there.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
This year, I keep saying it, I'm sorry, people, but it's an 82-game death march to me until the playoffs. And even though we could fucking win the President's Trophy, which is the most points in the league, we could beat Boston 6 fucking times and play them. We could beat. It doesn't matter. And we all know that as Leaf fans, it doesn't matter because all that really fucking matters is the playoffs and Stanley Cup. If this team goes out and wins 2 rounds, then next season, I'm excited.
Yeah.
This season, I'm fucking not excited. It's like I said, it's a death march for me.
Yeah.
I'm just like waiting it out.
I hear you.
And I'm not a hockey fan in the sense that it's not like I'm looking forward to seeing like, oh, this team's improved this year. Like I'm looking forward to all the matchups, like divisional matchups and shit like that. I don't give a fuck about any other team.
No.
You know,
no,
like
neither do I.
One of my biggest fucking pet peeves ever, and it's a tactic by the sports media to get eyes on televisions during playoff time, is the biggest narrative is the last Canadian team. The last Canadian team. We all got to pull for the last Canadian team.
I don't have to pull for shit.
I don't give a fuck if you're Canadian, fucking Iranian, or fucking
whatever
is fucking Chilean. I'm not cheering for you just because I'm fucking living.
Because one of the last teams in my region.
Why would I, as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, be cheering for the Montreal fucking Canadiens in the Stanley Cup final ever?
I cheered against them entire
let alone ever.
Series.
Even if the Leafs didn't make the fucking playoffs, you would have to fucking brainwash me into some shit that I'm ever going to cheer for.
Torture
that
and
team.
brainwash us to fucking 100%.
And then the fact that they fucking thudded us out of the playoffs in the first round that went on to the Stanley Cup final really pissed me off more because of what a fucking wasted fucking year this was. You know what I mean? Like with a talented team like this, what a fucking waste.
So here's my thing. I'm pretty sure you brought this up and we talked about it when it actually happened. But they played a game. I think they interviewed Mitch Marner, and his response to whatever the question was is, "We just didn't show up tonight." I am fucking...
We didn't come out to play.
Okay. I am fucking sorry. What? Your entire job is to come and play. Yeah. And not just every game throughout the season, but most importantly, to show up and play.
Yeah, this was after a playoff game, by the way.
At the fucking playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
What are we talking about?
Is it just me? Like, that's like a brain surgeon being like, yeah, I fucking passed school. I've passed all these exams and done all this, but...
You know, sorry your husband died. We just didn't come out to play today.
I didn't show up today. I wasn't ready. Like, what?
Wasn't prepared.
Yeah. Like, are you...
The thing is like, I'm almost willing to give them a pass because I don't, like... I don't know how much I'm going to quantify this and also be like, I'm not willing to give them a pass still. Hockey players are the most boring athletes on the planet Earth.
Correct.
I don't know how the athletes are on other planets, but on this planet, hockey players are the most boring. The reason is because they go to basically play semi-professional at a young age, 15, 16 years old. They leave home. They go and play in ticket-paying arenas or televised games, OHL, NCAA, etc.
Yep.
And in Europe, a lot of times, you're turning pro at 16 years old. So you're playing on like in the Swedish Elite League at 16.
Yeah.
You know, just for people that are wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. So they are media trained from day one. This is how you talk. And it just becomes the same old cliches.
They're just robots.
They're just saying the same cliches over and over. And one of those cliches is, we didn't come out to play. You know, next game we got to come out ready to play. Also, like, I understand that you're a fucking robot, as you put it, because it is a good way to put it. But maybe in game 5 or 6 of one of the in an elimination game against your fiercest rivals, in a year where there's a really good opportunity for you guys to go to the Stanley Cup final, maybe just find better words than we didn't come out to fucking play.
Yeah.
Because the answer or the question follow-up should always be why.
Yeah, why weren't you ready to play tonight?
How?
What happened? Did you have too much steak?
I was ready to watch.
Did you have too much steak?
I was thinking about it all fucking day as a fan.
Did you order McDonald's on your way to the rink and got fucking the McShits and then you got the McQuakes and then you got the McSleeps?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? And I'm
thinking about it all day long as a fucking fan, excited for the game, we're going to eliminate them today. What's the fuck's a player thing? They're thinking about their preparation. Okay, I'm going to have a nap. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to go through my routine. We're ready to go as a team. And then to fucking say dumb shit like that, like, get the fuck.
So I kind of get it. Oh, there goes your fucking bucket.
Life goes on.
So I kind of get it because it is such a... I think if they were to elaborate, or if like their publicists allowed them to elaborate, I think what you would see a lot is being like, oh, you'd get like Mitch Marner coming up and being like, you know what, like our defense just wasn't there. And now
we didn't play as a team. Our defense wasn't on it tonight.
No. But I don't. Like.
Or do you mean like you want to see him throw people under the fucking bus?
I'm not saying I want to see that. I'm just saying that'll happen when they aren't given these certain things to say. Because again, you might be frustrated if you're actually gonna say like not have something to say or these certain lines to just kind of get out of the press.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a way to get out and through the press as fast as possible.
They're young.
Yep.
I know how I was when I was that young. You get put into a pressured situation, or your adrenaline's rushing a little bit, I guess. You're pissed off, and somebody asks you a question.
You need to have a default.
Yeah. And if you don't, you're
going to say something stupid.
Exactly. Yeah. And then these guys need to be like,
listen, the media training makes total sense.
They need to say this shit because of the way society is and the media, because if they say literally one wrong word,
they're going to twist their words right away.
And then guess what? He's fired. Or he's never playing again.
Or he's all over the fucking front page of the Toronto Star or Sun, fucking controversial statement. Like, shut the fuck up.
These kids are fucking 20,
they're
19, 18.
By quite a bit.
Like, dude, they're going to say shit that's not the best. They're going to misspoke, whatever the fucking correct way of saying that is. And it's going to happen, but...
I'm certain misspoke is not the correct word.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
You had. I was just fucking with you.
But come on, man. Like, how are you going to say that? Especially in the playoffs. Like, literally your job is to show up to the rink and play hockey.
So
they are young. So maybe it is just a case of being young.
Yeah.
Not having the experience in the playoffs and being a little shook in the playoffs.
Yeah. And
you just can't piece it together.
The problem is that this core now has 3-4 years of very close series, elimination games, and when it comes down to it, they just can't seem to find a way. Now, I do think they will find a way.
Can I interrupt you and say this? I don't think they're close series. They end up being close series, but I don't think when you go up 3-1 in a series, it's a close series.
You're right. You're absolutely right. They should have stomped that team. Look for blood.
Yeah, you're 3-1. You need to go into Game 5 as if this is the
game
last.
7.
Yeah, literally Game 7. Finish them, or you're going home.
Someone needs to stand up in the room and go, tonight, guys, we're not going to Game 6. We're not going back to Montreal. We're not going to Game 7. Let's just fucking stand up and step on them. We're the better fucking team. Let's do it. And they were. The thing that drives me...
Go for blood, like you said. Go for blood.
The thing that drives me fucking crazy is that the last game that the Leafs won in that series, in the Montreal series of 2021, they won 4-0 in convincing fashion to go up 3-1 in the series. We're walking it.
Yeah.
And then it's like something set in. But I what gives me hope is I think this team is a lot like the Washington Capitals, because if I remember the Washington Capitals in 2000 when we were in high school between the years of 2007 and 2011, one of the best goal scorers in the game, Alex Ovechkin, Austin Matthews, one of the best playmakers in the game, Nick Backstrom, fucking you could say Mitch Marner. They got a good defensive core. They have a good goalie. Winning 100 games in the fucking regular season, even though they play only 82.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then playoff time, they flame out or they get into fucking close series and they just never seem to fucking get there. But when you kind of forget about how good those teams were, they were a playoff team every year. They win around, they win a 2. Close series in the conference final. Oh, fuck, we didn't get there. But the expectations kind of just go to now you're a playoff contender. Let's see what you can do. Win a couple rounds for a couple years, and then we're just kind of level with you. And then eventually they won a cup. And the good players always seem to find a way to win a cup. And that said, there's been a lot of great fucking players that have never won a cup. But the Washington Capitals were built in a fashion that it would almost be impossible that this core of players did not find a way to win a Stanley Cup.
Right.
And at the end of the day, although it took them fucking the better part of, I think it took them a decade to finally get there. While. You still look at the team. Okay, who was their core that you would build around in 2007, and who's their core now? John Carlson on defense. Obviously, you got Alex Ovechkin, you got Nicholas Backstrom.
Yep.
Players come and go on the bottom six, bottom pairing of the defensemen, but you got 3-4 players that are core. This team has that, and they're young. And to me, like I think they will get there, barring any sort of weird trades or like if Matthews leaves in two years. I do think they'll get there. I just think that we're so fucking starved myself. Like talk about like the eternal optimist is usually me. Like I'm always fucking like, this team's gonna fucking do it. Like every year's our year.
Yeah.
Every year's our fucking year. I do think that this team will do it. It's just this fucking year, because you asked the question like, are you excited for the year? It's just this year I'm like, no. If they win two, I don't want to see them win one round and then flame out in the second round, because
you know what?
Like it's hard to like call that a step. If they win 2 rounds and they're a conference finals, and the next year they win a round and they tough series, then they start to get some grace back. The bar is so fucking low in this town that if you win a fucking playoff round, we're fucking happy.
Yeah.
Just find a way to do that. Like,
sorry, if I put my mic here, it's gonna pick up this wind. But
no. Just, I'm keeping my back to it as well.
Yeah, I might actually turn a little more. I can't. I'm locked in. Something just hit and like exploded. It looked like.
I think it was a grenade.
I think. I think for me, if they can get past the first round of the playoffs this year, that's if they make the playoffs. They'll have they'll be in my books standing a little higher. But if we get to the playoffs and it's just first round, whether we get 4-0'd, we 4-0 the team, like we lose, we go up 3-1 and then lose, like I might be in the book looking for a new team. So if any prospects out there trying to find a new team,
you can't like.
No, I'm just joking.
I know you're joking, but like the amount of fucking adults I've seen, like I'm not cheering for this team anymore. It's like,
they fucking cheer, bro. Come on,
I know
fuck off.
They do all the fucking time as well.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. I do have a question for you. Do you want to come on this for a second?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can.
We can pause it in a second.
I should have plugged in another mic.
Let's finish this for a second. We'll just hang out. Yeah. Do your thing.
Yeah. I want to say this.
Yeah. So I want to put the question back on you. What's your excitement level for this year?
I'm more excited, but I'm more excited for hockey in general. So as of now, we're going back to playing hockey on Sundays.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
you're just excited for the whole fucking the routine
hockey,
to be back.
Just hockey in general.
Your hockey, NHL hockey.
Yeah. I'm more excited than I was last year. Now for the Leafs, I'm kind of with you. It's been too many years of letdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And again, poor excuses, whether that's actual excuses or not.
Yeah.
I think what we have troubles with as a team is that we have 1 or 2 players stand up, take the lead. They fucking outperform.
All regular season.
Yeah. No. Like they were shit all season. Playoffs hit. Look at William Nylander.
Oh, yeah.
He had a good year. I'm not saying he had a terrible year.
Nylander has a good year every year. Yeah. It's just people hate him.
So
not you.
No.
I know you're a much more reserved Nylander fan.
Yeah, I did not. I will admit, I did not like him when the whole contract situation was happening.
Yeah,
because from my understanding, and I don't have an inside scoop or anything, but he was wanting more money, and I didn't think he was worth more money than what
Yeah.
we were offering him. Now, I don't know what we offered him. Maybe we lowballed him.
Yeah.
He is definitely an amazing player.
Yep.
And is worth money. But he's not a Mitch Marner. He's not a Matthews. He's not an Ovechkin.
Yeah, you want to talk about fucking making too much money. Mitch Marner. Looks like a fucking high school in the playoffs. But
So,
I know exactly what you're talking about, and that soured a lot of people's thoughts.
yeah.
Here's the only problem with that, and it's so hard to fucking separate it as
hang
a
on.
fan. Yeah, go on.
I'm not done yet. My entire perspective on Nylander has changed. He was one of 3 players that stepped up during that playoff series.
Yep.
And actually put in an effort and a performance. And my entire perspective has changed on him. But our team problem is that it's, again, only like 2 players that step up in the series that actually make a difference or change things.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like they just had fucking Burger King or something.
Yeah, you need your stars to be your stars.
You know, so I think as a team, somebody like Tavares, Matthews, somebody in the dressing room needs to step up and be like, look, boys, like, we're all in, like, we're all here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to Mitchie boy to fucking step up and score 30,000 goals this series. It's not up to Matthews. It is windy as fuck. You're about to lose your fucking hat. It's not as bad here. I've got like a block or something. But yeah, they, as a team, they need to step up and play a little harder in the playoffs.
And they probably will, and I'll probably eat these words.
And I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I hope so.
No one wants to be wrong more than me. Anyway, we're going to have a special guest for the last 10 minutes.
Oh my God, you kicked the fucking tripod.
What
Jesus
in the fuck? We're going to pause real quick. We're going to come back with a special guest for the last 10 minutes.
Okay. And we're back. I'm not trying to fucking cut that shit.
Quickly, like last few minutes, just wrap it up with a special guest. Mackenzie has joined us again.
You know what? I really thought others were going to pop on like
chips
here
are
and
down,
there.
these cowards.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. When the floaty is out, the floaty is out.
Yeah, you gotta float.
True.
Yeah, the bitches are on the float.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah, that is what it is.
For you guys.
What I did want to ask you, which is weird, and we weren't really discussing this at too much depth, but we just discussed. 20 years ago was 9/11. Today.
Yes.
Do you remember school saying anything about it? This is not like a. We're not trying to get into a conversation of like
Nope.
20 lessons learned of 9/11.
No,
I'm just
no.
curious about.
What happened at Highview?
Do you remember anything
Or
said? Because I don't.
no, we got put into a room.
Did we?
Yeah.
This is why.
Chris is like, yeah, it was a
don't
normal
remember
day.
I thought it was a normal day.
Just a normal
It wasn't
day.
a normal day. We got put into the gym, and then we got put back into our classrooms. And teaching didn't presume. We actually just had like a half day basically, and parents were called to come pick us up. Chris, my stepdad, picked me up because my mom was in Rochester at that time. And she called him, and she was like,
and she would have been
was
grounded.
Freaked out.
Oh,
yeah, and she
yeah.
couldn't get home for 48 hours. Like,
Fuck.
yeah, it was
My
wild.
aunt was in Newfoundland for like 7
Oh my
days
God,
in
come from
Gander.
away.
Jesus.
Have you seen the play? Is it good?
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
Oh my God,
It'll
You've
make
seen
you
it too?
cry.
Yeah,
It'll make you cry.
it's like honestly soul shattering in the most enlightening way.
Yeah, my
Like,
aunt
it's
was
beautiful. Yeah.
there for 7 days, and just like 7 days in an airport. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm in there like, don't cry, you little bitch.
What is like what?
I'm like, fuck, think about something else.
What is the what's the gist of that? It's just like 9/11 happened. We're the people of Gander. Here's a musical about us being from
Yeah,
Gander,
and
Newfoundland.
basically the airport staff, right? Like
Yeah.
it talks about like the
Airport
crew
staff, the actual like community of Gander.
that hosted it. Yeah.
It's about the whole fucking like literally from the moment it happened to like this is also what's now gonna happen.
Yeah.
And every flight got rerouted,
Rerouted, yeah.
Just grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any flight coming
And they're
from
like,
overseas
okay, so
just
what can
landed
we
in
do?
Gander.
There
And
was-
Gander, and
Yeah.
this was an airport that I learned about.
It's tiny.
It was a forgotten airport, is what they called it. They had no updates internally. Like they didn't have any new furniture, nothing. It was like basically untouched for 20 years until this rerouting,
Mhm.
and then they put money into it, being like, "Oh shit, maybe it's going to become an international port."
Yeah, it's still bypassed.
It definitely did not.
No.
But yeah.
Because Because why would you stop over on a 5-hour flight from like London to Toronto, say?
Yeah.
Why would you stop needlessly halfway in Gander?
Maybe you just want to say hi to
Newfoundland?
the people.
Or maybe you want to kill yourself.
Why does it always result in that?
I feel like it's an easy, quick fix. Sorry, I'm not trying to bring it down with this. I was purely curious because I'm sure my memory
Yeah.
was fucking fading me. The only thing I remember about that day was my mom picking me up saying something bad happened. But I always thought that it was in the afternoon. So maybe, but I do remember like running around and playing and shit. So maybe it was like a half day and we were just all like just fucking around as kids.
Half
So
day
that's
makes
why-
sense. I
that's
think
why
it
I
was,
wanted to
at
ask
least
you
for us
because-
too.
Because I was hoping between the two of us, one of us had a memory. And it
Yeah,
turns out
yeah.
that you do.
Because I was a
you
Mr.
We also went to
definitely
the same school.
We
so
went to
that's
the same
why,
elementary
just
school,
for
yeah.
context for people
Yeah.
wondering.
No, yeah, I remember it like clear as day actually that day. Yeah.
Okay, so
Really?
all right, so tell us your memories of it because we didn't discuss like 9/11
Yeah.
and all this nonsense. We just
No.
I purely just wanted to know what your memories were of the day.
Yeah.
So what's your like take us through your day like if you remember it very well.
Yeah. Well, the towers unfortunately went down in the morning. So, but our school started at 8 and the towers went down. They were down by 10.
Yeah, like in an hour.
Yeah. But the outpour of information didn't happen until around the noon hour for us. And I remember we got put into the gym. And the way that our school was divided is they put all the they had 6, 7, 8 was seniors, and then anybody else, and then the kindergartens had their own section in the school, and then anybody under 6, so 6 or 5 to 1, they were like junior intermediate, and they threw us all in the gym to sit, and we just all sat like almost like an assembly as the adults. The teachers were trying to figure out what to do, and we all got put back in our classrooms, and I was in Mr. Boyle's class. This was grade 3.
Yeah, so that's what we were wondering what grade it was as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
We said
we
2 or
could've-
3.
Yeah, we were.
couldn't
It was
remember.
Mr. Boyle's class, grade 3, and we got put in, and we watched a movie, and literally people one by one, parents picked them up from,
Class.
and we weren't. You can't. How do you explain to
You
it?
don't explain
an
it to
8-year-old
children.
that a significant moment in history you're
You
living
don't.
through it. You can't, right?
No.
So all of a
There
sudden you're
was-
just like, here's 101 Dalmatians. Shut up.
Yeah.
Let
Just
your
sit
mom-
there,
Yeah,
enjoy the
exactly.
movie,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do adult things for a minute.
Your parents going to actually break this to you because this is above my pay grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And
Definitely.
so I got picked up by my stepdad. I got picked up before the school day ended because my stepdad was let go from work due to that.
go home.
To go
I think
home.
Pretty well every.
And your mom
Everybody.
was out of
My
country.
mom was out of country. I don't know what my dad was doing at that point, but I know it was much easier for my stepdad, to be honest with you, to come grab me. So then
Yeah.
got me, and then as soon as my mom got home, because my mom was like, you can't talk to her about it. And then I remember literally like a couple days later, my mom saying that an attack had happened in the States. We had family in the States at that point in New York, and she had explained to me what kind of ensued, but it wasn't like this was a terrorist attack and whatever. So yeah. But that was kind of the day. I don't know. You probably would have gone home earlier than me because you lived.
I don't know.
You don't remember.
No, my memory, I guess I have to ask my parents, and I was saying this so for the sake of repeating myself, but my memory was always kind of, I think I got picked up from like before and after care.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I got picked up at the end of the day, but I'm trying to think like, I bet you there's not a fucking adult in living memory in Canada that worked an entire day that day.
No.
So like
Not
maybe
unless
I
you were
got,
an essential service, like a
no,
hospital
no,
worker.
like I
Yeah.
can't imagine that like my mom is an accountant at a shop in Aurora.
Worked a full day.
Would have worked a full day, but it's funny how my memory was only of. So the school definitely did not address it.
No.
Okay, so
Not-
that part I
At
had
least
right.
not that.
The following year they did. We learned about we started to talk about it
yeah,
following
I
that.
said that after. I'm like, we spoke about it a lot after the fact,
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yep.
but the day of we didn't. I don't remember them saying anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we always had a moment of silence like every year
Mm-hmm.
after.
Yeah.
I think we had like the following day, whatever, if it was the 12th
Mm.
or if it was the 13th, whatever day we actually went back to school, I think we had a moment of silence, huge assembly.
So you said your mom didn't get home for a couple days. Did we go to school for a couple days after?
I
Because this
think
was
we
like a
did.
Tuesday or a Wednesday. I feel like we
Yeah.
went to school.
We went to
the
school.
next
We
day.
continued to go to school.
It just wasn't really discussed too much.
I'm not
No,
sure.
well,
if we
to
went
be
back.
honest with you, I think because, and anybody who's listening can also write in, I'm sure, to correct me if I'm wrong. once
usually
they,
your job.
Yeah, tell them your email and
Absolutely
they'll write into you.
it's don't contact me at gmail.com. No.
That's a great email though.
Yeah, I bet you it's taken.
Yeah,
It's for sure
100% it's taken.
Once they figured out that the CN Tower, that the Pearson Airport, once they figured out that they were not routes or places of contact, life went back to quote unquote normal for the civilians of Canada. You know what I mean? Obviously, the people of Gander had an entirely different experience, but all of the airports got shut down. And for us, I think you went to status quo until you actually figured out what was
once
happening.
you were like directly stranded in an airport, like in the middle of the country, everyone kind of just went back to work the next day.
Yeah, continued living.
Can I say this? You look like you should be in a fucking blues band.
Thank you.
I was thinking like the Big Lebowski. I just want to get him a fucking...
One of the best movies ever made.
I'm like,
so
this
I'll take
entire
that as well.
episode, I'm like, man, Chris seems like...
Looks like a pretty cool guy, right?
Yeah.
Is
guy.
it man or is it man?
It's both.
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no. I mean,
Okay.
it's crazy that happened 20 years ago. Those kind of checkpoints really do solidify how old I'm getting. And I don't mean like 30 is old, or I don't mean
we are getting.
sorry.
I look forward to playing this for you when you're 48 and going and you laughing at yourself, calling yourself old at 27.
I'm not. Sorry, I don't mean, but that's what I mean. But
No, I know, because you're 27.
But it's kind of, but they're checkpoints in our lifetime,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
you talk about them, and you're like, oh my god, that was 20 years ago, and you're like,
The weirdest thing
wow.
about this date, and I'm glad that we're not like getting into all the nonsense of it, because there is a lot of like, it's
Nuts.
obviously a horrible thing, but
It's
like,
a horrific.
also-
It
It's
was
like-
a
it's
like-
horrific
it's like an-
thing, but
it's
it's
like
been
an-
politicized.
yeah, it's
way
just an
too-
endless discussion.
Yep.
The thing that always trips me out about this date is that my brother-in-law was 7 months old.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
And now in January, he'll be able to
Jeez.
drink in the United States at 21.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and
Wow.
like there's a whole generation of kids that have no idea what the fuck it is, but have grown up in a lifetime of
I guess that's
What
to the
this
same
is.
extent as what we're currently living through right
well,
now.
My son is going to not remember COVID, but will live with the lasting effects of COVID for the rest of his life,
Yeah.
probably.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Also, I said I didn't know what my dad was doing. My dad was getting married.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He got married on
He didn't invite you? That's
That's
spicy.
kinda weird.
Let's not bring that up.
no.
Yeah.
No, my
We'll
da-
bring it up if you want to.
My dad was getting married in Montreal, and so he was in Montreal for the week, leading up
The
to
week
it.
of, yeah.
And he was in Montreal, and my grandfather lived in Scotland at the time and actually couldn't come to the wedding because no flights were going out.
Right.
That is what was.
Okay.
But it just kind of goes to show even the aftermath, the after effects of traveling.
I remember
it really
nobody wanted to
screwed
fly.
people up. Yeah. Or,
I-
yeah.
If
Flights were
planes
canceled. Yeah.
sat,
My
they,
stepfather used to carry a knife on his belt loop
yeah, couldn't do that
as
anymore.
long as I knew him.
Oh, prior to.
Prior to,
Yeah.
and then they were like leaving from Vegas, and it was confiscated at the airport because you weren't allowed to carry 6-inch blades on your hip apparently anymore and get on airplanes.
Any type
Or
of blade.
tweezers for women. My
Yeah,
mom has had
tweezers,
multiple
nail
tweezers
clippers,
like taken from her.
anything,
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
of substance that could be used as
You
a weapon.
haven't-
we
pretty
still look
much.
at like, the thing is like the lasting effects, and I know we're not trying to dive into this, but this isn't the political aspect of it. Is why do you take your shoes off at an airport? Because a year after the 9/11 attacks, there was the shoe bomber.
Oh my God, you're right.
But
fuck.
that's the sort of shit that happens 20 years ago that you're doing things you don't even know why you're doing them anymore. You're just like, oh, when we go to the airport, we take our shoes off. In the United States to this day, you still will take your shoes off as you go through airport security. And the
here.
reason you do that is because of a guy like 6 months later who was like trying to follow up those attacks.
Mhm.
And that's the
He
sort of shit that you forget
built
20
Yeah,
years
shoe
on.
yeah,
bombs.
you're not wrong,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ!
Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
yeah, that didn't even register.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Anyway, time for Chris Predicts. You ready
Yeah.
for this?
Chris
Mackenzie?
predicts.
Chris predicts.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wizard.
I like how Mackenzie tried to chime in. And she's like, I
perfect.
could see her. She's like, I don't know.
I don't know where
No, that's the
we're
whole
gonna
point.
go
It's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fast and dirty one. We're going to
Is
wrap
it?
this shit up. I don't have an update because the games are going on right now, and I also forgot to bet the game, so we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
But I will have an update as how my predictions went. We just won't have necessarily a proper monetary update.
Got you.
Week 5, I believe it is, of the Premier League. Newcastle at home to Leeds. This reeks of a Leeds win, but I think Newcastle's going to do it. Wolves at home to Brentford. Brentford's going to lose. Wolves are going to win. Burnley at home to Arsenal. Arsenal are shit. They won today, which I predicted.
What team did I predict last
They
week?
lost. Fuck. You picked Brentford to beat Brighton. Brighton won.
Fuck.
Yeah, Brighton showed.
I knew I should have went with them.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Burnley and Arsenal. Arsenal's still gash. I think they're going to fucking tie Burnley. Liverpool's going to beat Palace. City will beat Southampton. Look at how high production this show is. I'm on fucking sticky notes. City's going to beat Southampton. Norwich at home to Watford. Watford will beat them. Everton and Villa will tie in Birmingham. Birmingham is not the proper pronunciation.
Oh,
Okay.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Get fucking cultured. Brighton's at home to Leicester. This is a controversial pick, in my opinion.
Okay.
Brighton's going to beat Leicester. Brighton's good at home, weirdly.
Okay.
They're going to rush to get to like 9 or 10 wins, and then they're going to stop winning for the rest of the year. So I'm going to get all my Brighton picks in early because they're not coming like come December. They're going to lose or draw the whole way in.
Got you.
We're wearing our sunglasses, all right.
West Ham will lose to United, and Chelsea will beat Spurs. And that is your Chris Predicts for this week.
Chris Predicts.
Da, 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 wizard.
We look like the three fucking blind mice.
3 fucking idiots.
Yeah, I'm with Chris on that one. There's a couple of fucking idiots.
All right, wrap this shit up, CJ.
Yeah? What if I
think-
don't want to?
I was laughing.
Well, then I'm
How
going to
about
leave
you
because I have a
don't
trial.
tell me what
to be
to
quite
do?
honest with you, we were laughing down there thinking, how long have these guys been doing this for?
It was only an hour
yeah, I know.
when you came up, I think.
Yeah.
We're
Sometimes you guys get up to 2 hours, so.
yeah, it's tough to say. Oh, we're just at an hour and a half, and
That's
there's
perfect.
2 breaks.
It's perfect.
Yeah, there's
Beauty.
2 breaks
Love
in this recording. So
It's a good time.
It's a great time.
mail.2seasonpod@gmail.com, 2seasonpod on Facebook, 2seasonpod on YouTube.
Also, what is your email again, Mackenzie?
Yeah.
Don't contact me at gmail.com.
Thank you.
Hit her up with all the emails, spam, everything.
Dick pics for sure.
Don't forget Jack Daniels, 2 C's, 10% off, and
Shipping and
free
receiving.
shipping. And merchandise is 56% off.
I'm like, holy fuck, these guys have made it.
No,
I
haven't made
wish.
shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't even make a fucking proper
Yeah,
notepad
no, yeah. Dude, did you keep them in there the entire and
the whole
pull
time.
them out?
I didn't want them to get blown away.
Did you pull them out though when you did Chris Predicts?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
on camera.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then I tucked them
Can we
back
do
in
that
neatly.
from now on?
Sure, whatever you want. Just like, oh, Chris Predicts, where is
yeah.
it? There we go.
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
We're out. Deuces.
Thanks, Mackenzie.